the world has gone upside down. Because we've never said pushing the envelope in the same breath as American motorcycle manufacturers. But that's exactly what they're doing as they try to break the cliches, as they're trying to reinvent themselves and find a place in the hearts of riders, young and old. And this isn't just marketing talk, you can feel it in action with bikes like the new generation Fat Bob, which today feels bratish and so addictive.
I heard
Yes,
pushing the envelope and breaking the cliche. Those are some
Yes.
big words. You know what? Harley has to learn a thing or two from Indian, as this is the new FTR 1200S. Indian's take on a flat tracker for the road. Now tell me, Karthik, can it get more fun than this?
We can find out with a simple test.
American V-twins. Indian is powered by a 1200cc motor that makes almost 125 PS. On the other hand, Harley, as you know, doesn't disclose power figures.
Be that as it may, there is no replacement for displacement. There's near 1750 cc's of it, resulting in an FTR eclipsing 145 Newton meters of torque. And there's a massive 180 section rear tire to put it all down.
So someone was saying there is no replacement for displacement.
Americans do it, not me.
You know what? That's an old cliche. Welcome to the modern times.
Yeah, that's definitely a new breed of American, man. I thought, well, I have the displacement advantage, I have the torque advantage, I have a fat rear tire.
You're missing something. You're carrying a lot of weight.
What?
Not you, the bike. Because you can see there's a thing called power to weight ratio, and as we saw on the acceleration run, the FTR was so much quicker, and it is 0.34 seconds slower than the Ninja 6R. That shows
Wow.
what a good bike this is.
You know what? The thing that shocked me is that engine is based on the Scout, right? And that's an engine that's okay.
Exactly.
Where did that come from?
Exactly like what Indian engineers have done, some kind of witchcraft, because they bumped up the compression ratio, it has more power, more torque.
They must have really reworked it.
Exactly. But with that, it is also more refined, it's much more sophisticated. Although it's a V-twin, it doesn't drive very high, but it has that punch. That punch is the thing that makes it stand apart from its rivals, and it's more refined also. Overall, it's a much more sophisticated engine, and you have to say, Indian have done it.
Well, seems like it is a new breed of American motorcycle, so maybe I'll sit the Fat Bob out for now.
Yes.
That motorcycle has surprised.
You know what, Karthik? There's one more surprise just around the corner.
Clearly, the FTR 1200 was made on a clean sheet of paper. For example, there's an underseat tank, which means you could discuss weight distribution and center of gravity. But to be a benchmark, the FTR would have to go further. Okay, looking at this with those mud-oriented tires, with that long wheelbase, that high seat height, and the fact that it's over 220 kilos dry, it's not the ideal recipe for a corner carver, right?
You know what? You'll be surprised. This thing loves corners. It just steps into corners, flows through it very well. It inspires confidence. It's very eager and willing. And you know why? Because of the trellis frame. It's so communicative. And also the suspension is very sophisticated and adjustable. So you can set up the bike based on your needs.
Swedish gold, right?
I'm not really.
Gold standard, no? Not
No,
Olin?
it's Sachs, but you know what? It gets the job done. So leave the brand alone.
Okay, but what if the job that needed to be done was to go out on a track? Would this fit?
Well, that's easy. Just slap on a mi-spec tires and have some fun around MMRT.
But the brakes, these aren't top flight Brembos, they are monoblocks, but
Yeah,
they
not
cut
the
it.
top spec parts, but you know what? They offer superb ride and they are very progressive and great feedback to the levers. And you know what? I'm happy they got a proper braking system on this, because given the performance, you need to stop.
Okay, let's stop talking about all this because this is not what a traditional Indian buyer will want to talk or want to know. What they'll want to know is, can it cover distances comfortably while keeping the generous proportions in comfort?
Yeah, let's find out.
It is tall and it isn't laid back. So it might not seem like a perfect fit for a cruiser buyer. But is it something you could live with?
So talking about the question of my paunch, well, the riding posture of the Indian is very comfortable. You have a nice flat handlebar, the foot pegs aren't too rear set, so you sit upright and very comfy. The only problem I can see is the seat, which is a bit on the firmer side.
Aha! So it isn't a sofa experience, huh?
Not really, but you know what? The engine, that allows you to cruise on the highway effortlessly. It will hold triple-digit speeds easily and just cruise around.
But you could do that even with a cruiser. What would make
Yes,
this
but
special?
this can go places where your cruiser can only dream of. You see the 19-inch wheel at the front, 18 at the back, knobby tires, and the high ground clearance means I can go where the road ends. You can go on rough roads easily, and the narrow profile of this bike means you can stand on the bike and just blast through all your rough roads.
Are you telling me this is an ADV replacement?
Not really, but it will do something which modern nakeds can only dream of.
But this is promising to combine scrambler traits with a naked, kind of like a sport bike. But is it a city bike?
That's interesting. So talking about city, let us address the elephant in the room.
You mean the giraffe?
Yes, the seat height.
840 mm.
Yes, it is on the taller side, but you know what? Once you ride the bike, you just quickly get the hang of it. Also, it is super agile in the city.
You want me to believe that this feels light at low speeds as well?
Yes, I know on paper the wheelbase, the weight and everything, but you know, once you ride it in the city, it just kind of shrinks. You can dart through traffic. In fact, it just merges into the sea of commuters.
Yeah, next you'll tell me that this is not a problem in the rains either, right?
It is a bit, but you know what? It's got a rain mode. And that mellows down everything, the throttle response, the power delivery. So basically you can chill, ride in the city, aram se, no tension, nothing. This also gives it a versatile nature. So once you want to have fun, go to the sports mode, have fun. Chill, rain mode.
This, in terms of sophistication of electronics, can it be on par with the Europeans? Come on, that's a stretch.
Yeah, it has got an IMU, but it's missing a cornering ABS. But the biggest problem is the traction control. I find it too intrusive. It just cuts in too fast, too quickly. But you can switch it off and have some sideways fun.
And of course, getting to switching it off must be taking you what, 15 minutes?
No, it's not like the Europeans, which is super complicated. It's a very simple direct UI, and it's also got a touchscreen TFT, which you can use with your gloves. And the switch gear is also there, so you can toggle through the switches to the various menus while riding. So that's simplicity.
Wow. But you know what? I noticed one thing that's not simple.
Okay.
Getting the key out of the ignition slot.
Yes, it's a bit of a trouble, especially with gloves. So, but you know what? Forget that. Just look at the motorcycle. It looks so beautiful, so gorgeous. You're gonna be stuck up with a keyhole. Come on.
Indian is a bit gangly, tall and slim, but with those tires and long stride, it looks purposeful, different, but to our eyes, stylish. The quality is impressive too, so there isn't much to fault.
Now, on this seemingly perfect and frankly incredible motorcycle, which I am admitting here, there is one issue: the price tag.
Yes, the price tag. Because it's coming by the CBU route, it's attracting a lot of duties, and the end result is that high price tag. It is a bit disappointing because this is among the most exciting bikes that we have tested in 2019.
Agreed.
And also for Indian as a brand, this could have been a game-changing product.
Yeah, it would have got more people in the showrooms. Also, if they had more showrooms, that would have helped, I think.
I agree on that front. But I'll say one thing. If I were to hide this badge, you can slap a Ducati or an Aprilia badge. I mean, that's how good this Indian is.
Honestly, we came here talking about American motorcycles, and if this is what is going to come from America, the world had better watch out.